Next slide.
Next slide, please. So today also here we are ready to learn something which is less touched and which is very, very effective, highly effective field. That is, whenever we have some wherever we met with a sudden incident which is unexpected, like an accident, burns or snake bite or any kind of issue, immediately we have something called as first aid, isn't it? Medical level, we have first aid for almost all the things. Whenever we have met with some danger, immediate response. If there is a suspected cardiac issues, then immediately CPR to revive the person. Like this, we have many more biological solutions like physical level support, that is BLS, basic life support. Similarly, we have in psychology also, we have the similar approach wherein we can provide immediate first aid. And this works like a very immensely, very effectively it works. Whenever you give emotionally first aid, immediately the person will be able to recover from the trauma, come back to square one. That is, immediate wound will be healed very well. So this approach we are going to probably we will learn in depth. We will learn, and so this is like a road not taken. Several times, what we think for everything, only the professional will have to come. We will wait for the professional. Nothing that's WHO has after an extensive research, they have provided this new concept from few decades, and it is running very successfully. Nimhans are also giving extensive training in these things. A little bit of training provided, anybody can give psychological first aid. That is all about today's learning. Let us go with the next slide to know the PFA. Generally, what happens? Next slide, please. Generally, what happens? We always think that we have helped someone, isn't it? ఆపద్ బాంధవుడిలా వచ్చి ఏదో సహాయం చేసేసినాను, సహాయ హస్తం ఇచ్చినాను. I have helped the person, like this we always think. But the same thing now, it has come under a tagline. A key term is given scientifically for the same thing, that is called PFA, or psychological first aid. You can see there the heart symbol over there, and there is a community. The community help, immediate moral support provided by the community makes the persons to recover very, very early and come back to square one very soon. So let us see what is this wonderful support that we can extend as a fellow human being. So what comes to your mind whenever you hear psychological first aid? This we have given and we have received several times, but only the terminology we need to add. That is why I would like to request all of you to just think for a minute that whenever you have received some help from someone near to you, known person or unknown person, they have come like an apad bandhudu, that is the savior in your life, isn't it? And several times you have been an icon of a very good, generous person who have helped she or he. So the similar thing, you can name it as a that you have provided, you can tap your shoulder saying that I have provided PFA to someone, psychological first aid to someone. Or you can, if you have received it, you have received the PFA, like that it is. Only the terminology you will have to, you can start adding from today, that's all. Earlier and all, you have done this, we have practically done this. Now theoretically tagline name we can give. Thank you. Next one. Next slide, please. So that is why even during this mental health day, the message last year given was mental health is a human right and it is universal human right. So that is why this is a providing immediate support in any kind of a crisis situation. Whenever there is a community crisis, it can be as well as individual, personal, family crisis also. Not only the community level crisis, anywhere, wherever the emotional crisis, mental health related crisis is there, that area, if we can provide psychological first aid, it is a very, very meaningful approach, and it is going to be restoration of the person's capacities and they are going to come back. That is what is the great asset, great strength of this. Next one, please. Let us know a little bit of a history of this. Next one, please.
Rajeshwari garu, yeah, now it's sharing.
Yeah. We will wait. This is what is first aid. We will have to wait for all the situations which is certain, uncertain, the same thing. So like that only, World Mental Health Day during 2016. The theme given was PFA by WHO, World Health Organization, that is focusing on providing initial support to individuals experiencing distress or crisis. Learning the basic principles of PFA will help you to provide support to the people who are very distressed, and importantly, to know what not to say. It is not only what to say, but also what not to say should be trained for the people. Only then it will be, the impact will be very nice. Otherwise, everybody have intention to help others, but the impact should also be nice with PFA. Next one, please. So imagine that there is a large earthquake, or very recent, you can imagine, that is day before whatever happened in our India, unfortunately, at a beautiful heaven of India, Kashmir, the terrorist attacks, such kind of unexpected, very unhappy, miserable situations you can visualize, and you can see that how you can provide the psychological first aid and what is the need. So like this, you can just visualize once, or else you can visualize this earthquake, natural calamities situation. That is in the center of the city, the middle of the working buildings have fallen. There is a widespread destruction is happening like this. So you are a diverse group of people. There are diverse group, that is young women, old women, all sorts of people will be there. So imagine how you can help. There are no life threatening injury, but still how you can make them to come out from the initial shock that they are undergoing. Unaccompanied child, alone, frightened, about 10-year-old, pregnant women with a child are very distressed, but unharmed person whose family is lost in the disaster, a person in shock who cannot speak, a person with non-life threatening injuries. Otherwise, if it is a medical emergency, immediately they will be shifted to ambulance several times, isn't it? So the people like these left out ones also, they will be very much benefited. Otherwise, later they have all the chances of going into emotional trauma or emotional shock. In the other terms, we call that as a PTSD, that is post-traumatic stress disorder. So to avoid this also, this is a very, very super approach. And so it is nervous person who is upset and starting to upset others. Person who is relatively calm will be able to give an account of what happened, and a frail elderly person like this. Next one, please. So what was it like, a person affected by the disaster? How do you feel supported or helped by the helpers? Was there anything the helpers said and did that it was not helpful, or what they could have done better? So like this we can visualize, because it is always trauma situation, nobody are prepared exactly. And the natural disaster team also we will have, immediately they will come for the help and they will do lot of help. So along with the FA, they are trained for FA, that is first aid. Along with the FA, if they are trained for PFA, that is psychological first aid, then people will have a double advantage of the situation. Double advantage of overcoming the physiological trauma as well as the psychological, psychosocial trauma they can overcome, and they can be rehabilitated later successfully. So what is it? could have done better. Okay, next one, please. So how do crisis events affect people like this scattered, spread around, shattered, like these situation scenarios will be there. It can be natural calamity as well as the personal level disaster, or it can be a stress. Now recently we had a World Mental Health Day, WMHD topic as a prioritize mental health at workplace. Maybe at mental health at workplace, that is in one particular section or office, if somebody is kind of they got humiliated by the boss, some harassment is going on, immediately they will be under shock. There can be any kind of emotional trauma, panic attack, anxiety attacks, or there can be immediate due to stress, out of stress or out of amygdala hijack, the person may go into the tendency of the extremity of suicide level. During that personal disasters as well as the natural disasters, this PFA is a very, very important tool which can be life-saving. Next one, please. So when we treat someone in unconventional first aid, we typically clean the wounded area, bandage, a cut, and apply the ice on the strained ankle. But what if a person was experiencing psychological pain? PFA is a way of helping people to restore the sense of balance. And there are multiple ways to do it effectively. Let us get to know one by one how we can help effectively, scientifically, methodologically. Next one, please. So PFA, it is an evidence-informed approach that is built on the concept of human resilience. The people who have a great resilience, they can be able to provide in a better way. PFA aims to reduce stress symptoms and assist in a healthy recovery following a traumatic event, a natural disaster, public health emergency, or even a personal crisis, family crisis like this. PFA is a tool that each of us can use to reduce our stress level. By understanding your stress reactions and utilizing the PFA principles, you can enhance the resilience in yourself, your family, workplace, and the community. We have been doing all these things, but now we have a terminology, the key term for the process. An effective prevention tool to avoid PTSD, safeguard yourself falling into vulnerability of PTSD, that is post-traumatic stress disorder. Next one, please. So the goals of PFA, it is safety, calm and comfort, connectedness with the person, self-empowerment, and hope. Creating a hope is very, very great. As we call it as a the tripod of emotional crisis. That is the ideas of helplessness, ideas of worthlessness, ideas of hopelessness. This is the tripod. So this we will be able to pull them from that. There is a help available. There is a worth. You have all the worth to receive the first aid, psychological first aid or emotional support. And then there is a hope beyond this. This is given to the person. So this completes the PFA. Next one, please. So providing PFA, good communication, prepare, learn about the situation where you are, because you cannot serve from the empty bowl. That is why be prepared yourself that what may be in this scenario, in this situation, what may be the need, requirement or the priority, like that you will have to make out. Then action principles of PFA, that is look, listen and link. And ending your help is very important. That is the termination. And people who likely need special attention, you will have to identify, and as per that, you will have to link them. Next one, please. So PFA is a humane, supportive, practical assistance to fellow human beings who have recently suffered exposure to serious stressors, and it involves a non-intrusive practical care and support. There is nothing like intrusive methods are required. Okay, it is not like a therapeutic method. It is just a help to the fellow men and assessing the needs and concerns, helping people to address basic needs like food and water also, along with emotional support. Listening but not pressurizing people to talk or describe the events. It is not like making it sensational, but it is sensibly helping the people, comforting people and helping them to feel calm, helping people connect to information, services, and social supports, protecting people from further harm. They are not vulnerable for further harm if the scenario is the similar one. You will have to protect them, take them out of the situation. Say, for example, natural calamity, we can make them shift them to the safe place. But for personal traumas like suicide and all, immediately protecting the people from further harm, taking them out of that the harmful whatever the methods they were trying to follow, keep them away from the things and escort them. Next one, please. So, what is not PFA is something only professionals can do. Oh, it is not professional counseling. There is a difference between PFA and counseling. And it is not a psychological debriefing that you are going to give some diagnosis, some opinion about it. No. And it is not asking people to analyze what happened or put time and events in order. Although PFA involves listening to people, it is important not to pressure people to talk to or tell their experiences if they do not want to. For example, in the case of any kind of a domestic violence or in case of any kind of a women health related issues, or if there is a abuses during that time, avoid making it sensational rather than make it sensible. Do not ask them to describe the events until and unless they are willing to build the rapport and provide PFA. So that is enough, and later you can link them to the appropriate channel. Next one, please. So how to help responsibly is people are going to learn in the PFA training. So PFA training, with little training, they'll be able to provide like what not to and what to both. So how to help responsibly, respect safely, say, and dignity and rights. Adopt what you what you do to care account of the person's culture. Okay, depending on that, you are going to help. Totally are not going to go against. Be aware of other emergency response measures. If they require, immediately shift them over there. If there is a legal emergency in that particular case, then refer over there. Do not try to spoil the evidences by being like you want to, in order to provide psychological first aid, you don't have to venture so much that you are going to destroy the evidence or something like that. You should be sensible enough. That is why preparation is very important. And look after yourself also. At the same time, it should not be like you have become empty after providing their emergencies. You are under the traumatic situation. So that is why please fill your pot before you lend someone. Like that it is. Okay. Next one, please. So this is how PFA, with PFA, you can save life. It is a life-saving measure. Immediate emotional trauma may be in terms of a gentle tap on their shoulder. It can be like asking them to stabilize their breathing. These are the different methods that you can. Generally, what happens during emotional traumas, whether it is a natural disaster or a personal or family disaster, the breathing speed is going to go heavier. That is, they are going to breathe within 1 second or 2 seconds. You will have to stabilize their breathing into 4 square breathing. That is 4 inhalation, 4 holding, 4 exhalation, 4 relax, 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, like a box breathing. Okay. So like this, there are IRTs, instant relaxation techniques are there that you can follow, or else you can ask them for a going for, if you like, giving a hug is a very important method of PFA, giving a shake hand, tap on the shoulder, all these things. If there is a cultural barriers, gender barriers, please do not give hug. Shake hand also, you just look at the situation and give. Otherwise, you can also ask them to go with the self hug, which is a magical effect, magically effective it is. Butterfly hug or self hug is a magical phenomena that they can experience by closing their eyes. You can just make them to center around their own conscious level, and you can bring them back. Like this, shifting their thought is a very, very effective process of one of the PFA tool. Next one, please. So psychological first aid is a little help, rationally directed and purposely focused at the strategic time, is more effective than extensive help given at the period of less emotional accessibility, isn't it? So whenever there is a requirement, if you can give little help also, apad bandhavudu. PFA help can be effectively provided by a buddy, friend, teacher, coach, mentor, supervisor, or a family member, neighborer. It can be me and you, any normal person. Need not have to be a mental health professional or doctor or anyone. Next one, please. Different methods of IRT techniques, instant relaxation therapy techniques. You can also go into my channel. My YouTube channel is there, Lakshmi Koushik. At the end also, I will be giving you that in my name itself. So there in the playlist, I have given IRT only. There also you can refer. Anything which makes you immediate relaxation for stress management. So next one, please. So prepare yourself. Learn about the crisis event. Learn about availability of the services and support over there. Learn about the safety and security concerns. Crisis situation can be chaotic, often require urgent action also. That is why social workers also even engaged during the crisis, isn't it? Both for trauma as well as the emotional trauma that they are undergoing. Whenever possible, before you enter the crisis site, try to obtain accurate information so that you can be safe and effective. Even you will be safe. You will know what kind of clothes you will have to wear and go in that area, that particular area. Whether you should be self-protecting, whether you need umbrella, whether you need boots, so that if there is a disasterable area, then you may need boots. Like these things can be prepared. You can prepare and go over there. Next one, please. So that is how, that is why I remember this quote. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. That is why here you are making them feel. It may be one small word. No problem, everything will be settled. Like this one word you might have told them at that moment. Or if there is a suicide case, you might have said that there are ample of opportunities. That is, if they are feeling that there is no other alternate, if there is no alternate, you might have told them that there are ample of alternates. That is called Tina syndrome, TINA, Tina. That is, there is no alternate. People during suicide prevention के लिए, this is a very effective tool, PFA. And this, I mean it. Practically, we also do this. That is, there is no alternate. TIA you will have to introduce. That is the TIAA. There is ample of alternates. Like that, you will have to give them. So that is what will bring back the hope into their heart. This is what you are trying to make them feel good about the things. You have made me feel good. No, that day I was unable to smile, but you gave me the relief. I still remember your gentle tap on my shoulder. Like that, they start saying. Next one, please. So PFA has certain action principles. Prepare yourself and go on into the field. First one is look out. LLL model, we call this as triple L model. LLL, love, I would like to call this as. Because only if you have that love in your heart, in your heartbeat, love. For all mankind, humankind, whenever they are into certain issues, how better I can help them, whether is it possible for me, whether I can, without getting myself into trouble, whether I can stretch my helping hand. We always have called this as a helping hand, isn't it? Now the terminology is upgraded. That is, the degree has changed into superlative degree by the name of PFA. Psychological first aid is a superlative degree for the common term that we were using as a lending help, giving helping hand. This is the superlative degree. That is why, please, if somebody comes to you taking the patient, you can always appreciate them. Thank you. You have provided PFA and you have brought them to me. Very good. Like this, we can appreciate. So look out. And then second one is listen. Lend your ear. Listen. Then link them appropriately. Let us learn this in detail. Today's priority is PFA. Next one. Prepare yourself. Look, assess the situation, identify immediate needs, and make sure that the person is safe. Listen, approach the person, introduce yourself, actively listen without any judgment, link them, and connect the people with resources, information, and support and help them with immediate needs. This we can do, then it will be a full circle. So let us learn much more in detail about these things. Next one, please. So for this PFA, whether do I need to have a degree to give PFA? No. Psychological first aid is not rely on direct services by mental health professionals, but rather on skills of most of us already we have. And anyone can provide PFA with simple training. Next one, please. So, like these things we need to have in our heart. Sympathy, it can be several times. Sympathy se bhi काम हो जाएगा. Then empathy, if empathy is there, well and good, fine, you are able to experience. But no problem, at least sympathy is there also, it will go on. Then next superlative degree is compassion. If compassion is there, well and good, much more super. That is the connectedness, the distant, it is shared. I'm sorry for what you are suffering. If you have sympathy, these kind of attitude terms will come in your assurance. If you have empathy full of your heart, then I can imagine what this feels like to you. Then if you have compassion, you are suffering and I will do everything that I can elevate your pain, like this, the connectedness, and it is action oriented. I'm ready to help you, like this it goes on. Next one, please. So simple training that anyone can do, provide, that it is not professional counseling. PFA is a basic form of support, not a substitute for professional therapy or counseling. It is practical and easily learned. And PFA provides skills like active listening, calming someone in distress, and meeting immediate needs, and which many people already we have realized it. And it is about making all the difference. That is, PFA helps people to feel safer and calmer and more in control, which can be incredibly helpful in the crisis. Next one, please. So these are again PFA action principles. Preparing is learn about the crisis event, learn about available services and supports, and about the safety and security concerns, and look, that is observe for safety, observe the people for obvious urgent basic needs, observe the people with serious distress reactions, and make contact for listen, make contact with the people who may need support. Ask about the people's needs and concerns. Listen to people and help them to feel calm. For linking, help people address basic needs and access services. Help people to cope up with the problems. Give information. Connect people with loved ones and social support. This is what happens whenever there is a railway accident, any kind of a disaster. Immediately helplines are being formed. All these things, even you can be the person, whoever has taken the training, or anyone can help them for further linkages. Next one, please. So again, look out, observe for the safety, observe the immediate urgent basic need that they require, serious distress reactions, and situations, crisis situations can change rapidly. What you can counter may be different from what you learned before entering the situation. Several times, even though you have prepared and you went there, still there can be a difference in that. That is why you take time. Even a quick scan of the situation. Scan the situation once without any instrument, that is eye scanning, visual scanning, to look around you, and before offering help, be calm. First, you be calm, be safe, think before you act, breathe well, and you go with the action phenomena. So, like this, you can reach out to the next level, that is listen. Next one, please, listen. So make contact, approach respectfully, introduce yourself by name and organization that you belong to or you are representing for that particular disaster purpose. Ask if you can provide help, find self or safe or quiet place, help them feel comfortable, water, blanket, whatever the requirements are there, and try to keep them safe. Ask about needs and concerns. Although some needs are obvious, always ask them. Find out person's priorities, what is most important to them at that moment. Listen and help people to feel calm. Stay close to the person. Do not pressure them to talk. Listen in case they want to talk. If very distressed, help them to calm and make them sure feel not alone. And this is PFA is always provided at the free of cost. It is never charged because it is a genuine immediate help crisis management we are doing. And here, avoid touching the person without their permission. Only if they are okay, if gender and the culture permits, only then you can give them shake hand or tap on their shoulder or hugging them. Next one, please. So help people to feel calm. In listen itself, this is continued. That is, keep your tone of voice soft and calm. Otherwise, for a negative thing, if you are responding in a negative way or aggressive way, they get much more horrified. Maintain some eye contact. Reassure them that they are safe, that you are there to help you. If someone feels unreal, help them to make contact with themselves. Feel feet on the floor, tap hands on the lap. So this is also one of the IRT, or immediately to bring back them to the mindfulness. That is being in the present, other than being in the past or in the future. That is the grounding. Feel them to feet on the floor, tap their hands on the lap. These also can make them immediately feel calmer. Their surroundings, notice things around them, their breath. Focus on the breath and ask them to breathe very slowly. You can also demonstrate in that situation. Generally, this happens in the crisis situation itself. Like we cannot bring them to the office or somewhere. Wherever they are, there immediately we are providing. That is why there will not be basic communities that you require. There is no counselor chamber or something. So wherever you are providing on spot. This is. That is why be prepared. That is why you are only the resourceful person with the skills, as well as you can be even the demo for them, the role model for them at that moment. you can make their breathing very, very calmer, very, very in-depth breathing. Next one, please. So link them, link people to cope with the problems. That is, the distressed people may feel overwhelmed with the worries, help them to prioritize urgent needs, what to do first. Help them to identify supports in their life. Give practical suggestions how they can meet their needs. That is registering for the food or aid. Help them to remember how they coped in the past and what helps them to feel better now. That is, you just remind them about the previous coping mechanisms that they had. If people had earlier coping mechanisms as a functional coping mechanisms, then it will be easy for them to get back once you make them to remind and visualize the same thing. Otherwise, if they had a dysfunctional coping earlier, with your intervention, with the person who is trained in PFA, with their intervention, it will be very easy for them to connect themselves into a functional coping from dysfunctional. Like this, we are helping them. Next one, please. So ending your assistance is very important. Termination, how it is important in the counseling. Similarly, here also termination is very, very important. Not taking the undue advantage. Use your best judgment of person's needs and your own needs. Explain you are leaving, and if possible, introduce them to someone else who can help them further. If you link them with services, you are surely they will have contact details and to know what to expect. No matter what is your experience, say goodbye in a good way and wish them well, because here we are trying to make them, they should remember how they have felt, not how they have how they were treated is important. The impact is very important over here. Next one, please. And also several times all this triple L, next one, please. Triple L is there, na? LLL. The kit can be provided by the one person itself several times, depending on the situation. That is, look, listen, and link. Or else several times what happens if it is a very huge site of disaster, not like a personal disaster, it is a natural calamity. That time, three different people can provide three different services also. This is like a service LLL. Are the same service, three services, all the three can be provided by the same person. They can give in charge, handover. I have heard him, I have listened, I have looked out, you listen to them. Like that, we can give off the, like they can shift the roles. Or even this linking also will be done by different person, or the same person can do all the three. Next one, please. So like this, several training programs will be going on. This I have just put this first slide, first of the half of the slide is just to make you know, that's all. Please display that once again. So here in this scan me, no scan, there you will find NIMHANS related leaflets and all, brochures and all you will find. NIMHANS people, they have even in Telugu and many of the national languages, they have brochures related to all sorts of mental health. So that immediate care or psychological events like this, training programs will go on. You can follow the page of even NIMHANS also. So that if online or offline also, if you can come over, you can attend. So like these programs keep happening. Just to follow the page on Instagram and Facebook also. As you follow APA Facebook, similarly, you can also follow NIMHANS one also. Next one, please. So ways parents or caregivers can practice emotional first aid. Some ways I have given. That is for loneliness, connect. For self-doubt, self-compassion. Consider how you would support to a dear friend. In the same way, offer yourself an affirmation. Then for obsessing positive distraction, how you can. For anger, cool off. Techniques, time out, move the body, practice deep breathing, play music, identify possible solution like this. Ask for overwhelmed people, ask for help, referral to the doctor, psychiatrist, or make them feel that they are not alone. For failure, note that you have accomplished. what you have learned, or you have done several successful things also in life. For grief and sadness, remind about their purpose. And for guilt, affirm and grow. And for worry, control list. You can ask them to make a control list or the manageable lists. Next one, please. So like this, if you focus on success, you will have stress. But if you pursue excellence, success will be guaranteed and it will be followed. That is why stop staring at your problems. Start seeking how awesome your life truly is. Next one, please. So even we have that is telemanas also across India, national level, all languages. So you can take help of telemanas also. This telemanas can be also displayed in wherever you are practicing also as a psychologist, as a counselor, wherever you are practicing, you can display so that they need not have to depend on only one source. Like how Rigveda says, let all the noble thoughts, all the help come from all the sources. Similarly, we have to give the open option. For certain confidential personal things, they may feel unhappy to talk to the person who is in front of them. So that time they can call Telemanas and they can go with that. Or else there is an app called Vasa. That is WYSA. WYSA Vasa app is there. There several of the IRTs are given, that is instant relaxation therapies are given. Recently in a conference, I met this Vasa founder also. So like this, you can use, that is a user interface. WYSA is a user interface app which will give you lot of solace. Ultimately, if the things are beyond that, then they will put you to a therapist, which may be paid session. Otherwise, for the primary basic things and all, they will provide. Like this, lot of mental health related apps have come up. In one of them, I found this Telemanas one, and Telemanas also has an app, and Vasa also effective, WYSA. Lot of anxiety management, good techniques are given over there. Next one, please. So thank you so much. That is my channel where whenever the mental health battery goes down, kindly recharge, keep on recharging. Once in 12 hours, once in 24 hours, like how they take antidepressant capsule. Same way, the capsule of relaxation is very important for life. In terms of LRT, that is long-term relaxation techniques, or IRT, that is instant relaxation techniques, short-term, long-term relaxation techniques. Long-term techniques are always beneficial. And I have done with the approach of Benson's relaxation therapy, which is already a standard existing therapy in mental health area. Benson's relaxation therapy, like Jacobson's therapy. Here in Benson's, you have to keep on releasing, other than tightening and releasing. That makes all the difference of this Benson's therapy. And I found this in my clinical practice as an effective tool. That is why you can listen to this in my own voice in all these 4 languages. That is English, Hindi, Kannada, and Telugu. The range of time duration is 18 minutes in English, 22 minutes in Hindi, 22 minutes in Telugu, and 18 minutes in Kannada. Like this, 18 to 22 minutes are your investment. If you can invest this much of time, either during before sleep is very impact. It impacts before sleep very much. If you make it as a regular practice, if you cannot, you listen at least for a 1 month time every day. Then those words that which have a magical effect on your body and mind will go into your will get imbibed into your body and mind and the muscular system. Automatically you can recall those terminology, and with that only you can relax yourself. That much of an impact I can assure you 100%, without any uh, extra that is I can be realistic in giving you this assurance. That much I can tell. Thank you so much. And now, if any queries or questions are there, I would like to listen to you people. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you always. A call away, a message away for APA. We are really happy to be with you in this meeting. Do I am sharing something? Are you sharing, ma'am?
I'm not sharing.
Okay.
I'm not sharing. Screen changed. Na? That is Ammaji Nara's screen is on. They can
It was
stop sharing.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Much?
అది నా స్క్రీన్ మీదకి ఏదో వచ్చిందమ్మా
తీసేసాను మ్యామ్.
అవునా
నా స్క్రీన్
పర్లేదు
మీద
లేదు.
ఇదైతే
ఆ,
అది
ఓకే.
సారీ.
యా ఇట్స్ ఓకే ಅಮ್ಮ.
Thank you Ajay Kumar sir.
ಯಾ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಸ್ಪೃಶಿಸುವ ಮಾತು ವೈದ್ಯಕೀಯನ್ನು ಮೀರಿದ ಚಿಕಿತ್ಸೆ ನೀಡಬಹುದು. ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಅ ವರ್ಡ್ ದಟ್ ಟಚಸ್ ದ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಹೀಲ್ ಬಿಯಾಂಡ್ ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್. It's truly, it resembles, this session resembles this statement, ma'am. On behalf of everyone who present in the meeting today, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed speaker, Mrs. Rajalakshmi Koushik, for illuminating our minds and touching our hearts through the powerful insights of psychological first aid. And CL formula really gives an wonderful insights. Psychological first aid doesn't need any specialization, but the skill of empathy and understanding others, right, being present for them at that moment is very much important. Thank you for giving an insight about the psychological first aid and the myth and fact about that also. Thank you so much. And your wisdom has shown that healing doesn't always begin with a prescription, it begins with a presence. A listening ear, a calm voice, a kind gesture, a simple act, as you reminds us, can be life saving. On behalf of API, we really proud to be have you, and we are really proud that you are a member of API India. As today, before concluding the session, I wanted to express my gratitude. When we show up for others with kindness and courage, we don't just help them heal, we heal a part of ourselves too. Thank you once again, ma'am. Thank you so much. Anyone have any queries or question Q&As? You can ask. You have only 2 questions we can take because other speaker also waiting. Everyone doubts unte you can raise your hand virtually. We can give an unmute option regarding today's session.
Welcome Jayashree garu. Thank you. Thank you for